Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiasts. Today we're featuring a 2008 Volkswagen Touareg 2. This is a V8. It's a clean title, clean Carfax, non-smoker car. It's got their four-corner suspension and a bunch of other optional equipment. We can finance this car through Alaska Federal Credit Union. We can also put an extended warranty on it, which we would suggest on this car because of its complications, and we welcome trades. So it's got 69,000 miles on it. It's very clean. We bought it because of the four-corner suspension and the equipment on it. It's got navigation, front and rear parking sensors, I don't think it has Bluetooth, satellite radio, adjustable suspension, xenons, a bunch of other gear. So we like the V8 in this. If you're familiar with these, they're very, very capable off-road. They're very, very sure-footed in bad weather. Nothing drives quite like them because of their weight. As you can see, you've got xenon lights. You've got little buttons. You can see on the front of those, you've got 6 parking sensors. You've got 2 in the back and a backup camera on this. So they introduced this car in 04. It comes in a V6, a V8, or a turbo diesel, TDI. And you'll notice the suspension now is low. I'm going to raise it when I get out, before I get out of the car. And so when I get out, it'll be at a different setting. That's with the four-corner suspension. They typically would have springs in them, and the air suspension allows you to adjust the suspension height-wise, and then it also provides a little more of a comfortable ride. It's got Continental contact tires on it, which are in probably 70%, maybe 80%. You can see there's a button there on the corner on the left. There's a button there on the right. Those are parking sensors. You can see the V8. So we like the Touareg. They've been good cars. The people that have them really like them, and the people, well, it's because there's nothing that drives like them. So this is a power liftgate button, so it opens and closes automatically. You can see by the back it's very clean. There's your tools, your spare, and then there's your compressor, which allows your suspension to adjust up and down. You hit that, it closes automatically. You also have a trigger on the driver's side door. So you'll notice a rubber grommet here on each of the doors. That's an indication that it's got their comfort access. That means you can lock, unlock, and start your car without using the key. It just has to be in your pocket or in the proximity. And that's a pretty nice feature. Once you get used to that, it's hard to go back. I'm going to have the headlights polished up a little. They're not too bad, but they will look better after we work on them a little. This is probably the only cosmetic thing. I don't know what someone did here. They may have sanded it. You could probably replace that fairly easily, but I've put money into this car, and we are not going to deal with that. That's just going to be how it is. It should be easily fixable. So you've got a rear climate package here. The other nice thing about this car, you've got air conditioning vents here. You can see the leather's in very good shape. There's a little spot here. That's pretty minor. So you've got rear heated seats, and you have a full climate system in the back, which is nice. So yeah, you have four-corner climate control on this particular car. You've got the driver and passenger, and the rear driver and passenger side climate control. You've got an upgraded sound system, including satellite radio. You've got leather, which is in great shape. Typically the Touareg and the Volkswagen leather that we have seen is worn very well. The wood's in good shape except for that one spot. So, one master key, as I mentioned, keyless go, which means you just put your foot on. You don't actually have to have the key in the slot. That's nice. So this is your adjustable suspension in the back. And so what you'll notice here is that button will go up or down depending on your system. And so you put this over to the left, it lowers it. You put it over to the right, it raises it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it over to the right, and you'll see on your display there on the right hand side. So now we're going up, and you'll see that system. So that's the off-road level, and then it will tell you at each level what it is as it goes up. So you've got Steptronic transmission. This switch is, so you've got power folding mirror, so that actually works. I just need a knob, and I'll show you that it works. Just a minute, if you turn it around. So that knob was stolen apparently. And then to put that back in place, you just rotate it, you're back in position. So, dual auto climate control, you've got dual heated seats here, you've got your parking sensor, so you'll notice a display here, so that'll go yellow and then red as you get closer to things, and you'll notice one in the back when you put it in reverse. So that'll go yellow. You've got yellow because we're close to the wall, and then on the other side it's clear. And then you'll also notice when you're in reverse, you've got a backup camera that's active. So that's nice. You've got a multi-function steering wheel, so you can control your audio controls here. You can scroll through your onboard computer. Over here you've got cruise control. Navigation, so you've got a map. Your control screen. Standard radio. You've got nice sound systems in Touaregs, and then also you've got satellite radio on this. You've got also have voice command. So dual auto climate control, as I mentioned, front and rear wipers. You've got headlights. You've got driving lights, automatic headlights. You've got a sunroof. You have a compass and a clock. I'll close the sunroof. I opened it earlier just to show you that it works and it's operational. Now you can see by the driver's side door and the interior, the trim's in really good shape. It's very clean. Now I'm going to do one more setting here. And so you'll notice when I get out, the suspension should be a little higher than it was when I got in. So 69,416 miles, you can see by the display over here where your suspension is or where it's headed. Everything else is straightforward. We really like these. The V8's just a whole different experience driving wise, and they typically come with more equipment. So you can see now the suspension sits quite a bit higher than it did when I first got in. So now if you were out on the highway, that's going to automatically adjust and it's going to drop. They allow you to adjust that to the height that that's now for off-road or articulation, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a safety feature in there that's not going to allow you, there it goes, that's not going to allow you to stay at that height. So there you go. If clean title, clean Carfax, non-smoker. If you've got questions or would like additional information, please feel free to contact us, and our phone number is 503-227-2354. Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast.